to Top Rope Reality this week, episode 79.
79.
I'm Mike Hogan.
And I'm Justin Tyler.
Now let's get started with some ringside news here at Top Rope Reality.
As always, we start out with ringside news on part 1, and this is big stuff. Triple H is talking about NXT possibly working with New Japan Pro Wrestling and open to speaking to other promotions to bring talent into NXT.
I love it.
I don't know if you saw where he did his usual monthly or bi-monthly, whatever it was, this Q&A he always does on the internet. And they talked to him about Evolve, which is Gabe's Polsky or whatever his name is that used to work with Paul Heyman in ECW, and he runs Evolve. That's where you get Organo, and you get, I think Ciampa's worked in there too, and you get Tony Nese, who was one of the stagehand people that got thrown into Roman Reigns on Raw that night.
Yes.
Those people work in Evolve. Woo! So he called Evolve the independent undercurrent. It's a weird way of saying things. But basically, exactly, it's like, hey, we'll provide some ching-ching to you to help you build up this talent, and then we'll take the talent and make them even bigger, just like they did for ECW.
Yeah, of course, and we may share a little bit. Some people we ain't using.
Exactly.
We'll send your way.
Did you? And we don't have the two people that got fired.
I think we're about to see who got fired.
I can't remember the guy's name.
See, that's important.
But the girl is the one that interviews everybody.
I was surprised about the girl.
Because I thought, well, it should just be an interview, just like JoJo does the commentary stuff, that she doesn't have to wrestle. But they said that she has not improved in the ring, which I knew she was training in the ring. But I like the interaction with her and Dana Brooke. I thought eventually they were going to have a feud later on.
They're making space for Eva Marie.
Eva Marie's already there. How do you make space for Eva Marie?
To be a backstage reporter.
Oh, that's weird. Anyway, but I like the whole Dana Brooke tapping Devin Taylor on the head. I thought it was funny. Yeah, but now don't really have the demographics. It's a little weird. But New Japan, that's awesome that they're talking about working with them. Ring of Honor can work with them. Everybody can work with them. It'd be awesome. Working with Evolve, that's awesome too.
Hunter's not crazy.
He ain't stupid.
Yeah, he's not stupid.
Maybe the old man might be, but he ain't.
Yeah, maybe he's like, hey, we know we're number one. Having these people out ain't going to hurt us a bit. It's going to help us in the long run.
It's because you're using talent that you don't have to pay per appearance, which means you ain't going to pay them that much.
Right. They show up, they do a tapings, and then you don't see them again.
Just like Blue Pants, which I don't know what's going
on there. Just like James Storm.
Yeah, so we're talking about next with the possible future with WWE and NXT. I heard he was talking about, I understand what they meant, player-coach role. Just call him a coach.
Well, maybe he wants to wrestle a little bit, and also do backstage, which is fine.
Totally okay with
that. I'm good with it too. I mean, it can't be a bad gig.
I would like for them to do that a little more often, of having the teacher and student thing, of having the trainers being able to wrestle every now and then have a feud with their trainee to help build them up. Yeah. And like on
people gotta know it. They won't know. They don't have to worry about it. I mean,
what do you call that?
Sure, some money.
What do you call? Well, I mean, you can use this part of the storyline.
Yeah, if you want to do that with storyline. So some people may not want to do storyline stuff.
But I'm saying, like, if you got a Billy Gunn down there, and he's building up somebody.
Well, I really don't want Billy Gunn in a program for anybody.
I hear you. You hate Billy Gunn. I understand.
I'm tired of Billy Gunn.
I hear you hate Billy Gunn.
I'm tired of Billy Gunn.
Anyway, let's say you have a James Storm. He's training somebody up in real life, and they use that as a storyline, and maybe they team up together, and then the trainee, just like I talked about with what do you call it? What is that guy's name? The fitness dude now. What's his name?
Ty Dillinger?
No, he's the 10. Bullfit, that guy.
Oh, that's okay.
It's the fitness guy.
Yeah, but he's not already fit.
That's the joke.
That's a terrible joke.
The Bullfit guy. I said put Bull with Rhino, making that a trainer-trainee type of thing. They did it now with Baron Corbin instead.
Right.
But I think it would work, having a James Storm and then having the trainee turn on the trainer. And then you have the teacher versus the student thing. I think it could work. But they did say, I don't know what in the world you're doing, but they did say that James Storm, I saw the picture, that he worked the last set of tapings.
He did.
So that will be very interesting to see. They said he has not signed a contract. So there's no long-term plan in place.
But he's got another big contract sitting waiting on him. I heard that too. Which,
but at the same time,
that is so stupid.
Okay, here's this big money offer from TNA.
I know, like, how many money?
But they're always behind on paying people. Really?
Yeah, that's what we think about. That's what people say about
Wow.
TNA.
So, okay, if they're always behind on paying people,
how can they have a big money contract for James?
Thank you. So why would they say, hey, come back and we'll pay you this and it'll be guaranteed money and all that? I would rather go for, if it's less money, I'd rather go for the less money with WWE because at least it's stable.
Yeah.
At least you know that, number one, even if he got released, he could go get more money on the independent circuit by getting released just because of he
former
was
WWE guy. Yep.
Yeah, that's all you need on the market.
That's all you need now.
Get more money.
That's our brains. We have a former WWE guy, James Storm, you know.
Exactly.
And I like that, keeping the name.
Exactly. Then it may happen. They may not keep the name later on. If he signs a contract, they may change it.
Well, they didn't change Slow Joe's.
They did not. So we'll see what happens with that.
We'll see what happens with that.
So,
change or not,
speaking of changes,
why change it?
Speaking of changes,
what
champion vacated his title after Bound for Glory?
It was a shocker.
It was a shocker. We're going to find out in the results that are coming up in just a few minutes.
Yeah, talk about a dumpster fire.
Yes. It was not a bombshell. It was definitely a dumpster fire.
I'm not talking about just that match. I'm talking about Bound for Glory altogether. Giveaway free tickets.
Yeah.
You only had 1,800 people, they said, that bought tickets. The rest were like, here, the show's starting. Free tickets. Come on in. Make it look halfway decent on TV. Video breaking up. Bad camera angles. It's just mics not coming down from the ceiling like they're supposed to.
Talking about for Anderson?
Yes. I mean, it's just...
So he's just standing there waiting on it?
He did. And then he just walked off.
That's sad.
It's just bad. And then, why don't you put, if you're going to induct Earl Hebner in the Hall of Fame, you got time, if you're going to bring out the dude, the Smashing Pumpkins dude, to talk about it, you got time to do it then.
Yeah. Instead of, here's a video package, we did it yesterday.
And showing a blurry picture of Earl Hebner and Shawn Michaels.
Really?
Yes, they did.
They blurred out Shawn?
No, it's just a bad picture. It's just like a bad taken picture. Or Polaroid or whatever. It was terrible.
So, huge WWE WrestleMania 32 main event announcement coming. The Go Home Raw for Hell in a Cell will give first indication of the main event.
A lot of people there on that going to be on that Go Home show.
Exactly. So you're going to have Undertaker, you're going to have Austin, you're going to have Brock, you're going to have Shaq, who will just be at WrestleMania to Super Kick somebody.
Well, Brock and Austin, it ain't going to happen.
Never.
It's not going to happen. Never. I don't know why y'all people keep talking about it. I don't know what we keep talking about. It's done.
They're going to have their podcast. That'll be
it. There'll be nothing brought about it.
Did you notice, though, that when Heyman did the advertising, the Beast goes one-on-one with the Rattlesnake.
Yeah.
In the newest podcast.
I love that he's doing these voiceovers and stuff. I mean,
awesome.
I know it's just for Brock, but he can sell it.
He can.
He's good at that. That's why we like Paul Heyman.
Injury to CM Punk postpones his debut in the UFC. He sustained a shoulder injury recently in training. He sees the doctor on October 14th and could be cleared to return.
But the update on that now, looking 6 to 10 months before his first match.
And they're saying that he'd still be on track whether the injury happened or not. He's still on track.
6 to 10 months.
They're saying it's still on track to where he was going to have his fight anyway.
I thought he was ready to go.
And they're already looking at names for him to fight. But I mean, that's kind of normal though, 6 to 10 months, because if like, what's her name? What's the big Ronda Rousey?
Every time you turn around, they have a UFC fight.
They do have a UFC fight every time you turn around, but it's never the same people on the cards. Ronda Rousey might have it here, and then 3 months later she has another fight, because they actually get. It's weird because they suspend them until later on. It gives them enough time to heal up. They're not allowed to fight until they heal up.
Well, he needs to heal up and see if Phil Brooks can win his first match, which I would say yes.
Of course he's going to. WWE is interested in bringing back another former WWE champion to the company.
What? Yes. Another former champion?
Another former
Is this to save WWE from John Cena when he's gone?
John Cena's going to be gone.
Well, we said close the doors. Close the doors.
So it's going to be amazing, though. It doesn't make any sense because Cena, the kids and the women are going to be gone, but this guy's going to bring in the Hispanics. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Alberto Del Rio.
I would like to open hand slap somebody for this. Whoever
thought
about, hey, let's go get Alberto and bring him back. Yeah, that's real good. No,
let him do his MMA commentary.
No, I cannot find him.
He's look.
There's the one. That'll work.
There you go.
Yes. No. Alberto.
He's already doing MMA commentary. On top of that, he's supposed to be coming back for season 2 of Lucha Underground. Let him do that. It fits the mold. He fits the mold for Lucha Underground.
Yeah, he does.
Totally fine with me.
I thought he wanted to do MMA anyway.
He wasn't going to do MMA, but he's doing MMA commentary.
Oh.
I'm in the commentary booth. And apparently something we're starting new today.
Well, we're only doing this today because this is the final countdown for American Dream Countdown. So during every part,
interesting, I like it.
Except part 2, we're going to do the 50 worst ring names.
And number 50 is Bastion Booger.
That's a bad one. It is so bad.
He's also a monk.
It is. Number 49, Just Joe.
Just Joe. Nothing else.
Just Joe. Who's this guy? Who's this guy coming to the ring? Oh, it's Just Joe.
See, I thought about helping him out since, Hogan's such a tarnished name. We're just going to call him Just Mike. But, then people were going to think, of Magic Mike, and we didn't want anybody to think that. No. Number 48 is Scotty Flamingo.
Well, he really improved from Scotty Flamingo.
I think he had another name, too.
Johnny Polo.
Johnny Polo. Which one was WCW?
Scotty Flamingo.
And then WWE was Johnny Polo.
Yes.
And then ECW was Raven.
Yes. And then WCW was Raven. And then WWE was Raven.
Thank goodness they let him keep his name.
Yes. And then change it, write it different. How can we spell Raven different? I don't know. Get that guy who did the Rhino. Bring him over here.
Oh, Lord.
Raven.
I don't think they changed his name. I don't think they changed how they spelled it.
What? Who?
Raven?
No, they didn't. I was just saying because they changed how you spell Rhino.
Which I'm okay with that. I don't care.
Number 47, Ace Darling. It is. She's a darling.
Don't know who that is.
I think we knew. We just got to pull up his picture.
Probably. Number 46 is Chip Minton. Who?
I have no clue on that one at all.
Oh, number 45.
Number 45 is Meat.
He was Sean
I should be doing this
Stesiak.
when I go Meat, because that kind of...
Yes, he was talking about his junk. But yes, this guy went on to be Sean Stesiak. It's pretty sad that his father was a world champion, and they gave him that.
I'm gonna still Meat.
Exactly. Number 44, the tag team of Well Done. How do you like your steak?
Well done.
Which was I'm trying to remember their two names. It was something well.
Very good. Very good.
But I can't remember their first names.
And I would have told you if you wouldn't have thrown it at my face.
Well, here, I'm not going to throw it. I'm taking it back right in your face.
Oh.
That's horrible. Well done.
I think it's Stephen Well and Timothy Dunn.
That's still weird. You got the good one here.
Because Kevin Dunn wanted to get his name in some professional wrestling somewhere. I've been here forever. I got to get my name in here stuff. Number 43, Terrorizing. Oh, that guy would grow up to be somebody huge in the business.
Yes, he would. Number 42, what the heck is this? Gas House Gilbert. Where did he come from?
He's a big one. I don't know.
Never heard of him.
And number 41, as we start this list of the 50 worst names, the Geminis.
Who were I believe the Shane twins? Two bald, big old folks looked like they're Goldberg together.
It was bad.
And they were with Simon Dean. Which is already bad enough.
It is already bad enough. Now let's start over. We're going to talk about the Takeover Respect results.
Yes, you had your first semifinal match of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
And everybody on the show gained a lot of respect.
They did. You had Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder of North Carolina taking on Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. And going on to the finals was Finn Balor and Samoa Joe.
But Finn Balor had a knee injury during the match.
He did. They clipped his leg. He clipped his leg, but it was very bad on his part. They could have won just with the muscle buster, and Finn Balor said, "Tag me in. I'll do the coup de grace."
And Joe didn't look like he wanted to tag him in.
He did not want to tag him in. Because it could have been the worst for wear. It could have messed him up. Because what if...
Oh, it hurt more when he landed.
It did.
It was not a good move to do with a bad knee.
He could have done a splash instead.
Yeah.
You know?
In the next match of the semifinals, it was Jason Jordan and Chad Gable.
Red Willen and Gable.
Taking on Baron Corbin and Rhino with a Y.
With a Y. Now, will not.
And in a great match.
Very good match, because I didn't think Baron Corbin could even wrestle.
The first semifinals had great star power.
Yes, it did.
With Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. The second match, all four guys gelled so well. It was a very good match. They gained my respect.
Yes, very, very good. They gelled very well together, and they were you could tell they were hungry.
Yes, and either team, if any team would have won, still come out. You know, you're not upset if Jordan and Gable won or if Corbin and Rhino won, but Corbin and Rhino picked up the win.
Did you see how he got the end of days on? That was awesome.
Oh yeah, it was good. I mean, it
swung him around. Blah, 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 blah.
It was interesting. If you hadn't seen it, you should be open hand slapped.
You should be open hand slapped or backhand slapped.
Another good one in the third match.
The third match, I mean, it was boom, boom, boom. Great matches. You had Asuka in her debut match taking on Dana Brooke. And I saw some people online saying this will be the one and only match that they're looking forward to with Dana Brooke in it. Because she gets to get her butt whipped. So, I mean, I don't like
Asuka.
I don't like listening to Dana Brooke talk. But she has the right look that they're always looking for.
Yeah.
And she even though she has the diva look, she can actually wrestle.
Yeah.
She's very good in the ring, in my opinion. But Asuka, of course, pulled out her debut victory.
But they did make you think that she may get beat.
That's true.
That was a few
I
times.
want to see, because every one of these debuts, of course, they're always winning. I want to see a debut where the hype, there's so much hype in it, and they lose in their debut match. There's a story to it. There's a story that way. Because then whoever beats them, like a Ty Dillinger or whoever, that gives them the upset victory. And that starts up a feud right there. Yeah. You know, I think that would be really good.
In the next match, your boy Tyler Breeze.
Yes, the Prince of Pretty.
Taking on Apollo Crews, the future of NXT.
That's true.
And I mean, it was
short
a close
Bobby
one. It's short Bobby Lashley, yeah. People with more charisma.
Hey man.
And your boy Tyler Breeze, again, was looking up at the lights.
He was. They're making him the new CJ Parker, who is now weird name in Japan.
Yes,
Juicy Robinson. Yes. He's full-time in New Japan now.
Juicy Juicer.
Yes. But yeah, he's full-time now in New Japan, so good thing for, what's his name?
Well, at least...
Tensai got him that job. So.
Yeah, at least if he's over here, then they say, the juice is loose!
Oh my God! I just got attacked. I'm getting attacked again. They are popping out of everywhere. Oh, okay. Go away. Oh, wow.
In the fifth match.
The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Finals. Oh, wow. Baron Corbin and Rhino taking on Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. This is a main event anywhere.
It is.
A who's who. And I think Baron Corbin being involved in this match, I am getting pushed out of my chair. Baron Corbin being involved in this match only helps Baron Corbin with the other three guys in the match.
Oh, yes.
That helps pull his stock up in the WWE. But your winners, with no surprise there.
No surprise.
The two main eventers.
You pretty much could call it when it began.
Oh, that's going to hurt. Okay.
The only thing that would have changed would have been if what you said was going to come to pass.
Yes, the turn. They got to turn. Somebody got to turn. Somebody needs to turn. Because they keep teasing it.
Man, make sure you let you know Hideo Itami was there in person.
And he did not look happy.
He did not look happy.
Funaki was like, yeah. No,
Kevin Nash, he was slumming, which is surprising to see him sitting out there.
He was hanging out only by himself, and some random guy was like, hey, buddy, how you doing?
It's a special friend he brought with him.
Yes. Is there another one? Okay, anyway.
Should be another one, though.
I hope not. But anyway, no, I like the Hideo Itami just looked like he was like, yeah, I'm here.
He was watching the guy who attacked. He figured who attacked him. He's just waiting.
Maybe so. Maybe I hope so.
And in the main event, and what a huge main event it was for the ladies.
Did you see the explanation of why they're not calling it an Iron Woman match?
Yeah, I understand. Oh, that's good. That's fine.
They asked Lita her opinion.
Because
apparently, I don't know if we went over this, but
we talked about it.
Did we talk about Lita being to work full time?
No. We talked about it should have been an Iron Woman match.
Yes. But Lita is now working to be full time behind the scenes, which is only going to help the Divas Revolution.
Along with Sarah Del Rey.
Yes.
Who was getting a lot of publicity from Stephanie.
Yes. She's getting a lot of praise of her big time.
Yes, they are.
She's the assistant head coach, ladies and gentlemen. She moved up from just being the women's coach to the assistant head coach. That means a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Never stepping foot in WWE in a ring.
And being an assistant head coach.
That's huge.
I mean,
most of their coaches are not WWE. Norman Smiley was not a WWE guy.
Nope.
Robbie Brookside was not a WWE guy. Nope. Adam Pearce was not a WWE guy. Sarah Del Rey was not a WWE guy.
You just go down the list here.
It's crazy. I mean, Matt Bloom, Terry Taylor, and
James Storm maybe. He wouldn't
be a WWE guy.
He would not be a coach. Yes.
But anyway, yeah, they wanted to call it Iron Man because basically when they asked the opinion of Lita said that it's actually degrading to change it to an Iron Woman match because if you do the Iron Man triathlon and a woman wins it, they don't call it, something just attacked me, they don't call it the Iron Woman contest. They call it the Iron Man.
I mean, I was fine with it.
I'm okay with it too.
But it was Bayley, the NXT Women's Champion, taking on Sasha Banks, and they had history, and it showed.
In 30 minutes, first Sasha got the pinfall, the first pinfall.
Yes.
And then Bayley evened it up 1-1, and then Sasha got 2-1, and then Bayley evened it up again with 2-2, and then finally coming in.
I know it was coming on.
Skinning the cat, ladies and gentlemen. Barely. Yes. They barely got it in there.
2 seconds to go.
But there's controversy. Okay? And I saw where somebody would say this is controversial. When she put her in that weird, funky-looking submission hold,
and kicked crap out of the back of her head.
She was kicking the back of her head. I heard her yelling something, but she couldn't tap because her hands were held. She was shaking her head because she's getting her head kicked in. Did she say, "I submit"?
I think she did. If you go and listen, I think you hear it.
I heard her say something, but I couldn't hear it. So somebody was like, "Oh, there's going to be controversy because they're going to say that the only reason the bell rang was because Bayley kicked her in the head, making her shake her head." But anyway, it is Bayley winning and retaining the championship. And at the end,
it was a great match.
At the end, the whole NXT roster came out. All and the 2 women were crying, and Stephanie was out there, and they were all
Bayley's
clapping.
friend was crying.
She was crying because Sasha took her daggum headband and threw it in the crowd. But if you notice, they brought it back to her because later on, after it got thrown to the crowd, magically appeared back on her head.
I know.
I mean, her daddy had to pick her up and comfort her. Yeah, that's a true heel, though.
That is.
But after the cameras quit rolling, she went and apologized to her and gave her the roses.
So yeah.
And she posted on Twitter, her dad's Twitter account, and it was a sign that said, "Next time, just ask to borrow my headband." So I thought that was pretty funny. But no, we have the Bound for Glory results. And the first match was the X Division Championship match in the Ultimate X, which we did not know who the other people were because they were being weird and not announcing them. But Tigre Uno was the champion, but he took on Andrew Everett, Manic, and DJ Zima Ion.
Yeah.
And the winner retaining the belt, Tigre Uno.
Well, with a hurt shoulder now, so he's out of action, but they don't tape, so he's good.
Yeah, they've taped way out.
Yes.
He's not even probably a part of the title.
He should be. I know.
Even though he's a champion.
Yeah.
You'd think you just put the champions in there and not bring people back that
That's
lost
true.
in a match that they can't come back ever again.
And then the match, they had the Bound for Gold, and they
threw people in there that they weren't even announced.
They throw the who's who. They're thinking, this guy like the Royal Rumble. So we'll just throw in old guys too, make everything.
There was nothing like the Royal Rumble.
Well, they had people start off with 2. You toss somebody out, somebody else comes in.
Yeah, that's a gauntlet.
You had people counting out. You had what's her face counting, making a count. That wasn't following the TV count. So.
But you had Ken Anderson,
Mr. Anderson,
Jesse Goddard, Eli Drake. No, not Mr. Jesse. You had Eli Drake, who used to be a part of the whatever the group was with Drew Galloway. Then you had randomly Al Snow.
Yeah, Al Snow.
He must have been the agent for the match. He had to go out there and make sure everything was fine.
What does everybody want? A new show.
We don't want, exactly. Then you had Aiden O'Shea, which I looked that name up. I was like, who the heck is Aiden O'Shea? Come to find out, it was a former WWE guy who was in the Gut Check Challenge back in the day, who had a contract with them, left and came back with another name because they needed an Irish person.
And they're trying to say he's like the new Sheamus for TNA.
That's what I'm saying. They needed an Irish guy. But that's actually Jay Bradley that used to be in WWE.
Yes, I know.
Which is hilarious that they had to change his name. Aiden O'Shea, and then Malama Shara, which used to be Koya.
The dance.
The dance guy.
Who gets everybody to dance.
Gets everybody to dance. Then you had Tyrus. You had the one-legged Marine guy, whatever
Sarge, yeah.
Sarge, Chris Melendez. And then randomly thrown in
Fat Boy.
Tommy Dreamer, Abyss, and last but not least, Pope, who they actually made him look like an idiot because he got in the ring, his music went off, he got in the ring, he saw Abyss and Tyrus standing there, and he went...
Have you seen that picture?
No. He went, oh crap, and he jumped out of the ring and eliminated himself.
Now,
this is a WWE guy who was in the reincarnation of ECW and wrestled for TNA, and they just took every credibility he had and threw it out the window. by doing that. Did you see who the third man was?
I know. I kept looking and looking and looking and finally found it. Yeah.
It was Little Pope.
I saw.
I thought it was a midget. No, it was an action figure.
Yeah, it was an action figure.
With the Global Championship, which is now whatever it is. Was the TV title? No, remember they changed the name of it. They don't even have it on the King of the Mountain match. King of the Mountain title. Remember they changed the name 6 times. But your winner, #1 contender at the Bound for Gold is Tyrus.
Who got a title shot against somebody? Don't know when.
He's not in this situation.
Yet.
No, he's not on there. He's not in it. He's not in it. Period.
Oh, yeah.
Because they made an article that said, find out why he's not in it. Why should he be in it? He's #1 contender. Bide his time.
They have no video of him fighting any of the people with his group. Maybe that's what it is.
He's not in a group. That's what I'm telling you.
They haven't named him a set group yet. They did 16.
He doesn't need to be in it. If you're #1 contender, why be in it? It's TNA though.
That's TNA.
But why be in a group?
They're just searching for 4 people who wrestle 3 other people, and then they can put them in a group. That's all they're looking for.
Yeah. But literally, all you got to do is sit back and bide your time, because those people are going to be tired going through the series, and then whoever wins, he can go in there and be like, hey, I want the title.
Get a shot at that.
So,
but as I say, if you saw the picture of Pope with Tyrus and Abyss together, you put a Tyrus and Abyss together, that's a hell of a tag team.
That would be.
That would be a great tag team to go against the Wolves.
It would be. Speaking of the Wolves,
they're not that smart.
No, they have the TNA Tag Team Championships with the Wolves taking on Brian Myers and Trevor Lee.
Wait a minute. Ain't Briars and Trevor Lee, ain't they Global Force people?
It's not Briars, but Myers, yes.
Myers,
You're thinking of ice cream, aren't you?
Yeah.
I like ice cream too. Myers and Trevor Lee are part of Global Force.
Myers is Briars. But
they are part of Global Force, which got booted out of TNA, so they shouldn't be in the title match. But they also invited Trevor Lee to be part of a live event with TNA, and he chose to go to an indie show because he figured he'd have more fun. And it was actually in money. Because actually, the funny thing is, the show that he was booked at already is where he got to start at. So he's like, no, I'm going to stay with them. But the Wolves retain the belts. Who didn't see that coming? And then you have the King of the Mountain Championship, which is a waste of time.
It is a waste of time.
You have Bobby versus Bobby. We guaranteed you people a Bobby would win.
We had one Bobby dressed up in red and yellow.
Why?
I don't know. Bobby Lashley.
Red and yellow.
Red and yellow.
What does it say? Lashley Mania?
I don't know what it says.
Running wild. Brah!
It just says red and yellow with a black headband.
Stupid. Bobby Lashley took on Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode is the King of the Mountain champion, and Bobby Roode retained the belt. And then you had the Knockouts Championship with Awesome Kong taking on champion Gail Kim, and you thought Awesome Kong's gonna squish her. No, they love Gail Kim in TNA.
They do.
And they never let Gail Kim get squished by Awesome Kong. Awesome Kong has never squished her, and that happened again. Gail Kim won against Awesome Kong, retaining the Knockouts Championship.
How'd she do it?
I don't know. Eat defeat, probably.
No. You should have known. It's your favorite move. Roll up, baby.
I thought I read that she did an eat defeat.
She may have, but she rolled her ass up to pin her.
How's a little person like that get enough leverage to get a big person down?
Thank you. It's TNA.
Roll up, baby.
Plus, why did her husband get involved? And
what?
Yes.
You're lying. The cook dude got involved.
Kong had a chair to go beat on because it squished her with a chair. The husband took the chair, threw it away 3 feet away. They said, well, I don't know why Kong didn't pick the chair back up and take out Kim anyway with it.
So Gail Kim's husband was there.
Yes.
From the Food Network.
Yes. Putting his cookie fingers in Kong's face.
So basically, Jeremy Borash brought him in because they work together. Yeah. But at the same time, like, really, you got plenty of money coming from Food Network. You don't need the little chump change from those people.
No, you're not changing. It's there. I ain't seen it nowhere else. If I would have saw the reviews, I wouldn't have seen he was even there. Thought I'd be promoting him on Entertainment Tonight. Ooh, big chef dude on TNA. Bound
Did they promote him?
No.
They should have. That would have helped him. But then you have Eric Young taking on Kurt Angle in an ongoing 4,000-year feud that never ends because it should be Eric Young and Chris Melendez.
And which was funny is, yeah, it should be. That was
in cage mode.
But after Kurt took a power driver.
Yes.
The referee said, the match is over, the match is over. It's done. They wheel Kurt out, they bring him back, he gets the upper hand, the match starts, it's automatically started back up again.
That's stupid. If it's over, it's over.
Exactly.
You don't start a match over.
Yeah, he did.
If Kurt
told Eric, it's done, and they beat up the doctors and everything.
That's horrible.
So.
That's ridiculous.
I know. But Kurt picked up the win, which you know.
Everybody knew that coming because he's about to take a break. So he's got to get the win, which doesn't make any sense because he's about to take a break.
He's taking a break too? Oh my God. He's gone. John Cena's gone?
Yes, shut doors to wrestling everywhere.
Well, we got NXT.
That's right. Number 7 matchup here, TNA World Heavyweight Championship with a special guest referee of Jeff Hardy. Now you have Jeff Hardy as the... Ref Hardy, is that what they call him?
Yes.
So you have Ref Hardy.
With his black and white face paint to
That's so stupid.
To make the matches
So you have Ref Hardy, you have the agent for the matchup, which is Shane Helms, who's from North Carolina, who's buddies with Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy. You had Drew Galloway taking on Matt Hardy and Ethan Carter.
Jeff's daddy and Jeff's wife, Matt's wife and Matt's kid.
All out there.
All out in the thing. And Matt was just added to the match all of a sudden.
Drew Galloway's family wasn't there.
Nope.
Well, his ex-wife is there. Because she works for the company. So anyway. She wasn't on the card. Maybe they didn't ship her in. So anyway, but yes, so your winner and
the referee, Ref Hardy,
got involved.
He gave Ethan Carter the twist of fate, and then Hardy gave Drew the twist of fate, and then
no, Drew Galloway ended up hitting EC3 after Jeff Hardy did the twist of fate.
Oh.
See, Drew Galloway hit him with a move, getting EC3 completely out of the way, and Matt Hardy took advantage of Drew Galloway focus on an EC3, and that's how he ended up winning.
I just say it's piss poor booking. What I say it is.
Well, it's always piss poor booking with TNA.
You either keep it with Carter, make him even better.
Well, see, I got to see that match right there.
Or you keep
in
him
North Carolina.
He won that one.
Matt Hardy. He retained the WrestleCade championship.
Well, if you go to WrestleCade, you can see this guy here. So
you're going to see Jeff Hardy, but Matt Hardy's going to take on
Jeff
Jarrett for the WrestleCade title. He'll retain that again.
What do you just give it up to? Give up all your belts, man.
Give up all the belts.
Fatty.
We have an injunction against you with every promotion. So
that is so stupid.
But they got an injunction on him, but then I heard that next week he's supposed to be in one of the matches.
The injunction only works when he's champion. Once he gave the title up, the injunction went away.
Because I saw where EC3 said, you are no longer allowed to appear until the injunction is over with, until my lawyers get this cleared. You're no longer allowed to appear on Impact. So now that he gives up the belt, he can appear whenever he wants.
Yep, that's it.
That makes no sense. I'd be like, no, I'm going to hold the company. I'm going to hold the belt instead of the house.
Yes, I
until
know.
y'all can figure this thing out legally.
That's true.
Why would I give up the belt? I'll just sit in the house. Collect my blank checks that aren't gonna bounce.
And see, we kind of gave it away because we said earlier that somebody gave up the title. It was Matt Hardy
gave up his belt,
and now we're having this big world title series, like the World Series. The cap in baseball now. But anybody is in it.
Women are in it.
You have groups of 4 right now.
Yes, you have the wild card, which is like the Aiden O'Shea's and the
They got to come up with 4 more groups. I got their thing caps on.
I hope so. The Shahara, whatever his name, Balahara.
You got the wild card with 4 guys. You got the world champions with 4 guys. You got the
which is former
UK
champions.
You got
UK guys, which has got Bram in it, who no longer works for the company.
And you got the women. 4 women also in this tournament.
Yep. Brooke is one of them. Gail Kim's one of them. Probably Taryn Terrell.
Madison Rain.
Probably.
Yeah. But you wrestle.
Can't be Angela Love.
Everybody wrestles everybody in the little group.
And you get points.
The top 2 people then move on to a regular tournament, 16-person tournament where you pin, you get lost, you're out, one and done. And we get on down to whatever it's supposed to be.
But until then, you do the whole series thing,
right?
Which used to be like the Bound for Glory series where you get points. Right. If you get counted out, there's points.
Nothing.
There's certain points in there.
You get
for disqualifications, for
1 point for a
outs.
draw, 3 points for a win, no points for a loss.
Interesting.
So you either get 3 points or 1 point.
Weird.
Or no points. So.
But see, like if the person gets disqualified,
you lose, so you get no points.
So you lose, the other guy gets 3 points on
right. So you don't want to get disqualified.
No, that's stupid. So anyway, but that is part 1, so and my brain hurts. No,
okay,
we just talked about WrestleCade. We got Matt Hardy, Jeff Jarrett. That's what WrestleCade talk today.
And Jeff Hardy has joined the list.
Yes, he has. Whoopie dog doo doo. That's like Rey Mysterio joined the list. Who cares?
Since you're in North Kakalaki, so
it makes it easy. It makes it cheaper.
It does make it easy.
It does.
Okay, next part 2 is your favorite part out there. We know it.
It is.
Is the pay-per-view review, and this week we're gonna do 4 Survivor Series. I think I'm gonna say it.
I thought you were about to say it, so I was like, just gonna cut it off.
That's
1992, 1993, 1994, 1995. Do you see who's in a dark match all the way back then?
I see it. But
awesome.
So come on back in a few clicks right here at Top Road Reality for part 2, and we'll talk a little bit about Survivor Series.